The members of the 2008 USA Basketball's men's national team here with us tonight: Carmelo Anthony, Carlos Boozer, Chris Bosh, Dwight Howard, LeBron James, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, Tayshaun Prince, Michael Redd, Dwyane Wade, and Darren Williams. And any tribute to this legendary team would not be complete without acknowledging the late, great Kobe Bryant. We miss you, Kobe. And now for the coaching staff of the 2008 U.S. men's national team. Unable to attend this evening, assistant coach Nate McMillan. Please welcome assistant coaches Jim Boeheim and Mike D'Antoni. And head coach Mike Krzyzewski. And now let's bring out the former chairman of the board and men's national team director, Jerry Colangelo. Here they are, the 2008 U.S. men's national basketball team. First off, Jerry, we lost one of the greats in the passing of George Raveling. What did he mean to USA Basketball in the Hall of Fame?
George Raveling was an incredible person. He liked to be called coach, but he also was a mentor to so many people. I spoke to him every week, 2 or 3 times a week. We were that close. He loved the game. He loved the players. He was as smart a guy as you'd ever run across. And when you look at his moment in history, he died at 88. So he went through all of the things that were happening in the world in terms of injustice. And he, some people don't know this, but when Martin Luther King gave his incredible speech in Washington, D.C., George Raveling was a volunteer standing at the bottom of the podium. And as Martin Luther King came down the steps, he gave George Raveling the speech, the great speech that he made. And I can't tell you how many people tried to buy it from him. He would never do it. That's the character that he had. He always had his life in order. We lost a great guy.
So we just set the scene of USA Basketball, but tell me about 2005 when David Stern and Russ Granick asked you to take over the men's national team.
Well, it was a moment where I was home recuperating from some major surgery, and I had sold my interest in the Suns. And when the phone rang, it was David, and asked questions, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. And he said, would you take over USA Basketball? And I'm instinctive, and I said immediately, yes, I'll do it, but I have 2 conditions. So what are they? I pick the coaches and I pick the players, full autonomy. He says, done. What's number 2? I don't want to hear about a budget. He didn't like that. But I assured him, don't worry, I'll raise the money anyway, in terms of sponsorships and so forth. And I have to tell you, on a personal note, those were the great years in my career in representing our country, in putting this group together, our staff, our coaching staff, the players that we were able to put together. It was a fabulous time.
You know, it was really exciting for me. I remember I was very excited when you picked Coach K. And Coach K, I just want to know, what kind of team were you looking to build at that point when you came out?
Well, a team that was better than my Duke team. We wanted, these guys are amazing because we had a team that was talented and had character. We didn't have a team of talented characters. And they represented their country, themselves, and the NBA in the best possible manner. And our goal was to win the gold medal, but also to win the respect of our country again, and also the respect of the world. So how they interacted with all the athletes from all over the world really set the stage for what USA basketball has continued to become with Coach Pop and Steve Kerr coaching their teams.
LeBron, one thing I always wanted to know, how'd you feel when you found out that Kobe was going to be on that team too? I mean, you're playing with all these stars, but all of a sudden you had a chance to have him on your team also.
I think it was just the missing link that we needed in order to regain the dominance, with Team USA. He brought a sense of seriousness to the team. He made us lock in, and we knew once he joined and he was going to be committed that, we couldn't be doing nothing half-ass. Kobe wasn't going for that, so it made myself, CP, D-Wade, Melo, we all locked in even more because we wanted to show him that we can get to that level as well. So, it was just an honor to be out there with him. I was 23 years old, and he being out on the floor with him. He had already won championships before and things of that nature, so it was levels that I was trying to get to, and I think D-Wade had already won one, and so we just wanted to get to his level and make him proud. And by the end of that trip, when we was hosting that gold medal on top of that podium, we for sure made him proud, for sure.
All right, so now, Dwyane, tell me, here's what I want to know, because I've been to Olympic practices behind the curtains back there. Tell me about the competition on them scrimmages every day. You must have really went at it with this team.
Yeah, it wasn't no fair, really. Coach K was stacking Bron team, him Cole, J. Kidd, Melo, Dwight. It was me, Chris, and Darren Williams, CB. Tayshaun, Booz, like we represented. No, it was
but it's what it was.
These was our guys. These were the guys, and we knew that as the bench guys, the guys that was going to come in, that we had to make sure that the level didn't drop, and the competition was fierce every day. And so, you get this little feisty point guard.
Who was really rolling at that time, too. It just
leader.
came out. Yeah, second in MVP vote and all that.
He gonna get us going.
Ready.
So it was what we all needed. We needed to look at each other. We all was very competitive. Of course, we was on the same team, but once them jerseys flipped, let's get it, let's go, and that's kind of how it was.
So, Chris, what do you remember most about the gold medal game against Spain?
What do I remember most about the gold medal game? Probably going into the game, how they was talking about the game was going to be covered so crazy with so many fans watching. Obviously, everybody always talks about that moment when Kobe ran through Powell's chest,
Yes.
The intensity of that game was crazy. Our team was so talented. Everybody had accepted their roles. That's what made that team so special. I learned so much that year in 2008. Because when people think about USA teams, you think about all-star teams. But it really has to be a team where everybody accepts their roles and all that. I was my third year in the league, coming off the bench. You're like, what? I'm coming off the bench? But you're going to come off the bench if J. Kidd on your team, Seriously. But it was that game was intense. The passion, because we had lost in 06, right? We had lost in 06 the World Championship. So every day we approached it with just a crazy mentality. Like our practices, we didn't practice much in 2012. 2008, we practiced. Right. Like we practiced, we competed, and I think we all made each other better. You should have seen like the weight room in the morning, everybody trying to see who's gonna beat the other guy down there. So there's a competition, a bond that, I think we made. That game was like none other. It was a young Ricky Rubio out there talking crazy to me and D. Will at the time. You know what I mean? So it was a great time, and even just to watch those videos and be with all these guys is something that sometimes you live life and forget to remember. And I think that was a very important role in all of our lives.
Right. J.K., you were the you were the captain. So the team was loaded. How'd you keep everybody involved?
Great question. I might have been the captain. I was more like the water boy, the towel boy. The clock, I kept the clock to make sure everybody was on time, no one was late. Asked everybody what Gatorade color they liked.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
So now we know who said that.
He's the only one that's never lost a game in international play ever.
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 Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you stop it. You stop it.
Do you see this group? I'm riding their coattails.
Yes.
No, when Jerry called and asked me to participate, I'm always honored to represent my country, but it's more to give back to our younger players. And to be able to hang out with this group, it will be something I will always remember. CP and D. Will, being able to talk to those guys, because I knew I was passing the torch, or more the Gatorade, but I was passing my information that I was taught from GP and Stockton. My job was to pass that information on to them, and those guys are Hall of Famers, and again, will come in and do this individually. But again, Coach K, I was in awe of Coach K day one. When he kind of used some foul language, he got our attention. And again, our leadership from the top set the tone, but it was a beautiful thing to watch Kobe and LeBron battle. They battled and in practice, and they set the tone every morning. I saw a clip of LeBron every morning, had high energy, high energy. He set the tone, even though he didn't know he was setting the tone, that it was time to go. And so it was a lot of fun.
It's so interesting when you have things like that and players at that much talent. It's just wonderful to go to practice every day, and it all brings out the best in you. It's so easy to have an assist. Whoever you threw it to was a good pass.
It was a great pass. The only problem was they didn't have enough Advil.
Coach K, tell me about the feeling when you watch when they give the gold medal out at the end, and you see the players standing there around, and you're watching, and the national anthem's playing, and they're raising the flag, and you're holding the trophy. That's such a wonderful, emotional moment and they take the camera and they run it by everybody's faces. And I always thought what you're thinking. You got to be thinking of whatever you had to climb and whatever you got and you got there. What kind of feeling was that for you?
Well, for all the coaches
Yes.
in the audience and watching, there's no greater thrill than to watch your team achieve a championship. But this was the World Championship, the Olympics. To have their hands over their hearts. You could see the emotion in their faces. They were pretty happy guys, but they were very proud. And when our national anthem was played and our flag is being raised above all the others, it's the best moment in my coaching career. And I want to thank you guys for giving me that moment, because coaches are not able to do that, but if they got really good guys playing for them, those moments happen.
That's fantastic. And I just want to, this has been great. Once again, congratulations to the 2008 U.S. men's national basketball team. Please give them a big hand, and we'll be right back.